Hey, what the hell? What the hell happened to you? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Thursday night live stream. We come to you live every Thursday and talk all things crypto to keep you updated, informed, entertained, and more importantly, ahead of the markets. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. Feeling good about the markets, Sierra. I know you are too, man. I can't wait to get your thoughts on that. Yeah, man. How you feeling, dude? How you feeling? I cannot hear you. Unmute.
I was saying I'm ready. I'm hyped up. I feel so good that we're back on StreamYard. The intro just went smooth. Everything transitioned right. We got our intro doing good. So I'm hyped up, man. I'm excited. We got our StreamYard. I am very, very thrilled. Got a lot to talk about. We're gonna go over some casual stuff. You know what I want to talk about for a second, but main topics, Wes. I'm gonna let you run that out, and then I want to get into the Stuff IO announcement. And also, guys, we do have a very, very special guest coming on next week. We're gonna announce that at the end of the video who it is. So you got to stay to the end for that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, dude, just what we're going to go over today is obviously you see the title. There is a secret plan, dude. This has been in play for the last 6 months, dude. Since Trump got into the office, there has been a secret agenda, a secret plan. CT, what's going on? What's going on, Dirt Donkey and the Bug? What's up, guys? Thank you for being here. Crypto Homes, all you guys. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for being here. But yeah, there is plans, guys. If you think this bull run is over, you are absolutely wrong. If you think that there is about to be an insane parabolic move, you're absolutely right. And we have the juice. We have the juice, man. We have the juice.
Is going to be let loose.
The juice will be let loose. And we're going to reveal that. We're going to reveal that today with some of the stuff we're looking at. But look, hey, we've broken out of that flag pattern, right? Things are looking good. We have legislation in effect. We have the BBB, from what I understand, was just passed, and
the
so much more happening. The BBB. And so much more happening, man. So much more happening. There's talks of finally getting that rate cut. Everybody's saying September, but it could be July, man. It could be this month that we get that rate cut. And then on top of that, we have money being printed. It's going to get insane. We still have some time left, guys. We're going to look at the charts and see where we could possibly go in the coming days. If there's anything you want us to look at, put it in the chat, man. Put it in the chat. Let us. We'll take a look at it on some Lux Algo, give you some price targets. But yeah, man, I am feeling fucking fantastic, dude. Glad to have StreamYard back. Feels really good.
Certainly does. It certainly does.
Did you hear about Robinhood? One of the things that
with Arbitrum?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. I did.
Robinhood chain. How's that sound?
Oh man, the thing that's so funny about that is the timing of which that ties in. I'm not going to give away too many hints, though, because I want you guys to stick around to the end of the episode. But when you guys freaking find out who we're having on next week, you're going to shit your pants because it ties in with everything that's going on right now. The timing could not be better. But before we dive into that, come on, man, let me have my 5 minutes of fame real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Got a crucial announcement, and Wes already knows where I'm going with this. Let's do that just real quick. Get it out of the way, guys, because I cannot not talk about this. And being that we have our StreamYard back, let's see how smooth share screen goes. I believe it will go like this. Boom. God, I love this program.
Hold on, man.
This is so much better than the other one, bro.
Oh, do you see the scenes on the other side?
What? You got this set up?
Yeah, I already got it set up, dude.
No, I don't.
All right, let me see if it actually does it correctly. Well, you got to be added there.
Yeah, if you got it set up, let me roll off it then. My bad. Look, I'd rather us be being able to move it around too quick than too slow. Yeah, we got to talk about that, man. Because this is a breakthrough, man. This is something.
I don't see your screen though, so I might take it back to the other one just for now.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Well, it's not there either.
No, I got it. Hold on, right here. Boom. It should come right back up. Boom.
Okay.
All right. So. You guys, I've waited a long time for this, man, but this is the first time since 2020. I've been researching this since 2020. The easiest way to turn one of my original songs into a freaking NFT. I've looked, and of course, I wanted to do it on Arbitrum. You guys know I'm Arbitrum first. You know I love Arbitrum, but here's the thing: GMB has been a nonstop, like, just constant ringing in my ear with Cardano since I've met him. Okay. And at first I ignored it because you know how I felt about Cardano in the beginning. And then GMB's slowly just been working me. And I said, all right, I'll download the friggin' wallet. And I started playing around. And I said, okay, Cardano's got some stuff. They got some swaps. They got some NFTs. Okay. They got some staking. Okay, that's good. But that wasn't enough to turn me into a believer, right? Not enough. Man. It was not enough for me. So being a musician, for me, NFT, making my song, putting my song on the blockchain is a priority since 2020. I've been trying to do it everywhere else. I have not been able to do it. Too much coding involved, too much bullshit, or it just never happened. Polkadot had a thing, but it was like a second party software, and it was like so far away from music NFT. It was ridiculous. So I just never found it. And then I stumbled across this with GMB. He showed me stuff.io, and I reached out to the team. I followed the steps. Boom, boom, boom. Uploaded my song. These guys, I'm going to tell you right now, with the customer service, you guys know, if you watch this channel, you know that's my main thing, right? If I have shitty customer service, I will wreck your name.
And this Web3 too, man.
This company right here, the customer service, flawless on Stuff.io. Flawless. I sent them the stuff. They responded back. They said, okay, because at first I had a hiccup. There was a technical glitch. I wasn't sure if my account was created, so I reached out. I said, hey, I don't know what's going on. I created an account. Something happened. Now it's not logging in, blah, blah, blah. They fixed the problem. They reached out. They fixed it within 24 hours. Then I submitted all my stuff, and I said, hey, I haven't heard back anything. No confirmation. Did you guys get my file? And they reached right back, said, yes, we've got it. Boom. And then they said, we're going to set a mint date to mint your song. And I said, okay. It was originally scheduled to go out on the 7th. Today is July 3rd. 4 days early, they reached out to me this morning, said, hey, do you want to go live today if we can get it done? And I was like, let's go. Let's go. I've been waiting 5 years for this. So long story short, my first NFT as a test trial run is a drum and bass song. It's not really my band song or my solo song, but it is a song I do. I did spend a lot of time making. It's drum and bass. So if you're not into electronic stuff, you might not like it. But if you are, I think you'll like it. If you like drum and bass, neurofunk, any of that kind of stuff. Released on stuff.io on the blockchain. There's 100 of them. There's 100 NFTs. They're going for sale about $2.99. I'm not going to release this song anywhere else. And if this goes good, I'm telling you, Wes, your boy has found a place, has found a home to get some of his music out and get it released, and not have to deal with the record company and all the shady bullshit that goes in the music business. Because if you are in the business, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then you probably don't understand why I'm so excited about this. But let me just tell you, I am thrilled that this is happening. I'm thrilled that it's out. It is live right now. You can go, as long as you got some ADA in your wallet, you can go right to Stuff.io and you can swap. You can get it right now. Like I said, there's only 100 of them that are ever going to be made of this song, and I'm not going to release this song anywhere else. So basically, it's gonna stay as rare as it is. So 100 of them, and if you sell it, like let's say you get it and you're like, I listened to it for a while. I clicked the option, and I'm almost sure that if you resell it, you get to keep a percentage of the royalty. So it's like back in the day when you bought a mixtape, you bought an album, you bought something. You get to own it, you hold it, and then if you wanted to sell it to your buddy, you could, right? That's kind of what you can do with this NFT as well. If you get the song, you hold it, you sell it, you get a little kickback, you get a little royalty. So pretty damn cool. I'm stoked about it. Like I said, if this one goes well and there's no hangups, I plan on releasing an entire album with these guys because the price is right and the customer service is flawless. So Stuff.io probably single-handedly won me over as a Cardano guy just for that reason. So congratulations to Stuff.io for literally winning someone over to the Cardano blockchain. And I look forward to working with them in the future. I know, Wes, you said we should reach out and have the team on. The way they've treated me so far, I would not be opposed to that at all. I mean, like I said, customer service is priority to me. So
everybody
that
is
being
asking.
said, we can roll to the next thing, you guys.
Everyone is asking, where's the teaser, man? We don't get a teaser? We want teasers, bro.
Oh, what it sounds like? What it sounds like?
Yeah, man. Just a little, 10 seconds, dude. Come on.
Man, you gotta get the NFT for that, man. I'm not. That's part of the mystery of it, baby. There's only 100 of these out there, you guys. So here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go to get it. You can't listen to it before you buy it.
Oh, I think I don't know if they. That's a good question. I think you may. Yeah, I think you can listen to it for a second. But here's the deal, man. Since I was 13 years old, I've been sitting in front of Fruity Loops #1. Learning how to produce music and put shit together. I've spent countless freaking hours, Wes. I can't even tell you how many hours I've spent, learning my craft, learning my trade, learning what I do. So I will promise you this, if you just being straight up, if you don't like electronic music or you're not into it, this NFT is not going to be for you. Wait for the next one, because I'm going to release a rock one coming out solo, some of my rocks, stuff. So that's going to come out next. But if you are into drum and bass, if you're into electronic music, I do think you'll like this one. And yeah, dude, it's a cool track. 2.5 minutes long, 2 minutes 34 seconds. But for $3, man, I went with the bare minimum of what you could charge, because they give you on Stuff.io, they give you an option. They say, how much do you want to charge? Do you want your fans to get a royalty? You can select all that, right? So I just went with the bare minimum, $2.99. I figure downloading, streaming is $1 a song or whatever it is. I know it's a little more than that, but for what you're getting and the rarity of it is pretty damn cool. So I kept it as cheap as possible as I can. That was like pretty much the lowest you could go. But it's worth it, man. For $3, if you already got some ADA in your wallet, just go scoop the NFT, man. Like I said, there's only 100 of it. And if Crypto Remora takes off, or if my band takes off, just got out of a meeting today with a very prominent booking agent that's working with some pretty big names, Wes. Molly Hatchet, Leonard Skinner, to name a few. So just got out of a meeting with somebody that's working directly with those bands. Nice. I can't get into any details about what might be going down with it yet, but the meeting went very well. So, you never know, man. If you're holding my first NFT, it could be like a comic book, man. It might go up in value. Just saying, for $3. Check it out.
Could be something for sure, man. Definitely could be. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to know that that's going well for you. And the Buck says if we buy it, we own the copyrights, play it wherever we want. So he can play it wherever he wants, right? If he buys it.
I believe so, yeah, dude. I mean, look, I ain't coming. I ain't coming after you. Put it that way. If it's like, if you're playing it, look, if you have permission to sell it, what else do you want? Like, you can sell it and make royalties off of the shit the way it's set up. That's why I love NFTs, you guys, because in the music business, we've been needing some kind of freedom like this to get away from the moguls of the business. So yeah, I mean, you own that NFT, bro. You do whatever the fuck you want with it. Like, yeah. That's yours. I mean, that'll always be yours until you sell it. If you want to sell it, and then you make a small royalty yourself. So, I mean, that's a way to give back to the fans in general. Give them something rare. Because I put my blood, sweat, and tears into music since I was a fucking kid, y'all. I've been doing this shit since I was 4, 5, 6 years old. I was doing music. So I'm, 30 some odd years been doing music. So it's a part of who I am and what I am. And, now crypto is also a part of who I am and what I do. So to merge the two, oh man, it's like Cheddar Bob said. He said two of the things you love, and I said you just don't even know how big of an accomplishment this is. This is like, yes, I'm very thrilled, very happy.
Awesome, man. Good to hear. Good to hear, brother. Good to hear. What you want to do next, man? You want to jump into some?
Well, we got segments now. We're a segment. We
are gonna have segments. We haven't smoothed that out yet, but
that was the casual segment. Let's move into the X posts. Do you have any X posts?
I do have X posts. We can go through the X posts, but yeah, we'll smooth out the segments for the next time as well. But let's see.
Can you play it on crypto, Twitter, X Spaces?
Just add that up.
I love that. If you buy the NFT, man, rock that shit. I'm telling you right now, though, it's drum and bass. So, like I said, be prepared. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not. But it's funny, dude. You'll like the track, bro. You'll like it. It's got cool samples.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
See, I don't like how it does that.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on StreamYard, right?
Yeah, it has, man. It has. I forgot how
it feels good, though. Look at that. We're on the bottom. Oh, we're on this screen. I love it, man. Separated. Our crowd can see this whole screen. Let's go, dude.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So yeah, just a few X posts here, guys. We were just talking about this, Arbitrum and the Robinhood chain. Robinhood just created with the Orbit, Arbitrum Orbit, which is pretty much like the layer 3 side, is that's what they're building it on, man. That's what Robinhood's building on. And it seems like Robinhood and Arbitrum they've had this like relationship, a lot of things happening there. And there's so much more you can do on Robinhood now, not to mention that it's on chain or whatever, but they're really moving towards that crypto centric. You know what I mean? Like it started with stocks and then they slowly got into crypto. Remember, you can only get Ethereum,
Litecoin, Dogecoin,
Bitcoin. And now, man, you go on there. There's so many other ones that you can buy. And I think, dude, I don't know, just my opinion, but with retail heavy into apps like Robinhood, look at some of those tokens, that's on the Robinhood app, the centralized app, not their decentralized. But you look at some of those tokens, man. A lot of those are going to fly, dude. And one that I'm keeping an eye on personally is WIF. I think WIF is going to do great, man. Volume is steady. Every time the market pumps, dude, WIF is up. It's just going to be one of those that do really well.
I think Pudgy Penguins will do well. I went a little heavy into Pudgy. You got to remember too, Wes, in 2019 when it was Dogecoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, that was all you could buy on Robinhood. When they first listed it, might not have been when they first listed it, but I do remember the first time I saw Dogecoin listed on Robinhood, and I told you that's the biggest financial mistake I ever made in my life. I put $50 into Dogecoin when it was at 2 or 3 zeros, and at the peak high of the market, if I would have held it, it would have been worth about $84,000. But instead, I only made $34 in profit because I sold it too early. But my point is, looking at Pudgy Penguins now, where Pudgy Penguins is now is where Dogecoin was in 2020. So I just loaded up on Pudgy Penguins, and I will not make that mistake again. I'm going to hold Pudgy Penguins until that sucker gets up. I'm telling you, I'm not making that mistake I made in 2020. So you guys, if you're watching, just know that if you're getting into early stuff, low caps, WIF, or Pudgy Penguins, any of those low caps on Robinhood, hold it 6 months longer than you think you should. Excuse me, because you might be up 30, 50, $100 and you'll be like, oh, I'll sell it now and make my profit. I guarantee you, if you wait just a little bit longer than that initial pump, you'll probably do very well. So that's what I'm going to do.
I like Penguins, man. It's very well known. I think most people, it's kind of like PayPay. You know what I mean? Like most people, or WIF, like most people that aren't even in crypto in Web3, they're not on X all the time like we are. They see the Pudgy Penguins. They understand what it is. There's Pudgy Penguins at your freaking local Walmart. And there's so much more that they have to come to. There's so much more building that the team is doing. And I'm with you, man. I think that's going to be one of those good ones to hold on Robinhood. Like any of those memes on Robinhood, I think you're going to do really well. But hats off to Arbitrum. And I can't wait for next week to talk more about this.
You guys. Woo. Okay.
All right. Let's just run through it, man, because I got a lot here. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Just some things to, bring to the surface here. But financial advisors here, the Bitcoin therapist posted, financial advisors are now recommending a minimum of 10% invested in Bitcoin for a strong portfolio. Before last year, this number was low as 1 to 3%.
Yeah.
Now they're saying 10%. That is huge, man.
You know what that is? That's Larry Fink saying, hey, go ahead, guys. Tell them to hold 10% now. That's Fink pulled the trigger on that.
We were talking about the legislation on the stable coins. They're saying that this could be finalized by mid-July. So whether you are for that or against that, you kind of have to come to your own conclusion there. But it is something pushing the industry forward with Tether and USDC. These are becoming, very well respected in the government, and it's a big name. So just seeing that moving forward, man, is going to be really cool to see. And then there's also some stuff in legislation that is going to be protecting the whole CBDC thing. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes there. Breaking: White House officials just said Bitcoin will go to 20 trillion.
Jeez.
20 trillion market cap. They're telling you to buckle up. This is something that has been planned. If you would have gotten Donald Trump's opinion on Bitcoin, we've all heard it, 3-4 years ago. He was not a fan of Bitcoin, but it was big enough to be mentioned to him. So that got his wheels turning. That got his team. That got everybody he knows, the people that do his research for him. And then it was like a light switch went off. And he's like, yeah, Bitcoin for sure, 100%. We want to be the leading charge when it comes to Bitcoin. We want to be at this first. And you can see it happening, man. You can see it happening with everything. And this is huge, man. $20 trillion market cap. They're not saying this cycle, next cycle. They're just saying, like, this is a definite thing, dude. 20 trillion. I mean, it's what?
And that's just Bitcoin. All of crypto right now is 3.5, 3.4. So if you're talking about just Bitcoin going to $20 trillion, do you know what price that puts Bitcoin at? That literally puts Bitcoin at very, very, very above 500,000, above $1 million, right? $1 million a coin. Easy.
Yeah.
At 20 trillion.
I mean, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Arkham, this post, man, this is kind of a little bit of this is just USDT, but $1 billion worth of USDT was minted just now. That was posted 3 hours ago. Somebody's about to go heavy, dude. Somebody is about to start buying. And I think that this is what's happening, man. You get that feeling. Like, remember before the breakout from the last consolidation?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
We were saying like something feels different, dude. Like something is different about this move. And sure enough, dude, we moved. And that's kind of the feeling I'm getting now, man, especially when you see posts like this and you see posts about $20 trillion and how far we've come with legislation. And, it's about to get insane, dude. And that's just USDT. So a lot of crypto about to be bought up. That is the same market cap as what's it? 1 trillion. Pudgy Penguins, dude. That is the same market cap as Pudgy Penguins that just got minted on USDT. Pretty wild to think about, man. Leaders from the House of Representatives declare the week of July 14th Crypto Week. So votes are expected on the Clarity Act, Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, and the Genius Act. All that's happening within that week, the 14th through the 18th. So we'll get a lot of clarity when it comes to a lot of this stuff and the stable coins. And I think that this is a huge, huge step in the right direction, man, for global adoption. What say you, Siri?
I agree. I think we're about to hit the hockey puck stage of crypto. Look, you guys got to understand when you're getting into crypto right now, whether you're new, you're an OG, it doesn't really matter. The fact that you're here and you're in crypto right now, you're about to experience what Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Google did when they did their parabolic. You're in before that move. So you got to understand, once this move happens, it's never going to go back to this low. Yeah, there's going to be a pop. Yeah, there's going to be a bubble crash. Yes, people are going to lose money. Companies will go out of business and all that shit. But you got to understand how the hockey stick thing works. It's a little at first, and then it's boom. And that's that S curve adoption is where we're at. We're before that move. So
100%.
It's coming, dude. Like everything Wes is saying, I 100% agree with. Crypto Homes, I see your comment. When Wes is done with this, I will do a very, very, very lightning fast total global market cap for this question to answer where we see it. But I want to let Wes finish this segment first. Then we'll do that, and then we'll hop into some charts.
Yeah, we are almost there, man. Just flowing into this. This right here just shows Bitcoin at a 3% adoption in 2025. So if you compare this to other trends, online banking, social media, the internet, I'm just going to blow this up a little here. You can see it's equivalent to social media users back in 2005. So this is where it's showing the adoption curve here at 3% adoption, Bitcoin in 2025, right here. Jeez. And comparing to the other things, dude, this was the internet in 1990, man. And you remember
that's
by
what,
the 2000s.
I want to remove me from the stage.
Huh? What happened to you, man? I can't hear you, bro.
I was saying I pulled it off screen so they could see where the marker is. Let me pull it off. Let me pull it off again so you.
Yeah. So you can see it's down here. This is the S curve, 3% adoption. It's basically comparing it being right here compared to the internet of 1990. I mean, we remember credit cards, dude. Like, have you seen the commercials of the people talking about credit cards in their local Burger King?
Oh, yeah. How it was like, I'm not using a finance my dinner.
Why would I use a card? I have cash. So this is just really cool, man. And just, since we were on that topic, it kind of flowed right into it. Very, very, very good news here.
3% adoption. Congratulations to you, straight Chads that are in here watching right now, because you're part of that. You're part of that 3%, man.
President Trump, Senator Loomis, back to the whole President Trump thing, man. I feel like he is really the one that kind of kicked this thing off the ground when it comes to, mass adoption, especially from our government, dude. But Senator Loomis was here saying President Trump supports the bill to buy $1 million of Bitcoin. It will be on the floor soon. So there's a bill. I think it's more than that, dude. I think it's like, I don't know if 1 million is correct. I think it's supposed to be a B there, but anyways, because I saw something else about it. And then just kind of going back through some chart stuff, tech dev. This is just going back to what we were saying, man. Like, we have so much time left. These are the 4 top signals in Bitcoin's history, each corresponded to a top, nowhere near one. 4 launch signals in Bitcoin. Everyone sent it parabolic. That's the one that just triggered it. So just looking at this chart here, you can see all of these indicators. We are so far from a top, it's not even funny, dude. And it's going to happen fast. Like, we are right around the corner.
Yeah, dude.
But we're not there yet, man.
Dude, look at the size. But if you look at the size, okay, if you guys look at the size of the last 3 bottoms of those valleys, they are not anywhere near the size of the valley that is formed right now. And when I say that is a good thing, and the fact that we're still grinding sideways at 107, everyone's bitching about it. Dude, I'm bitching because we're not having that drop to 92 CME gap. That's why I'm bitching, because I want that drop real quick. But the sideways action here is going to catapult at some point, and it will hit that top again. I mean, it's bound to happen. So we're already curving up. Look how far after the launch on the last 3 moves, you guys. Look at how close after that green line the launch happened. We are right there. We are right there, dude.
Yeah, we're getting close, man. It's gonna happen really fast, and if you're positioned well,
terrifying.
It's gonna be so scary. I know,
it's gonna be so
man,
scary, dude.
Explain that to people, though. Why is a bull run, a parabolic move, gonna be scary?
The scariness comes from you're going to be looking around going, do you guys see this shit? Look at my phone. I'm a genius. I'm so smart. I'm not going to sell. I'm going to just go show my family next year that I have, 40 grand right here on my phone. And, you're not going to sell because you're like, why would I sell? It goes up every day for months. Why the fuck would I sell? And then all of a sudden, what goes up comes down, baby. So the scary part is we've been through one of these roller coasters before, and we went all the way up and we went all the way down without selling. And that is terrifying. And that is what we are going to prevent you from doing on this bull run. And that's what our Crypto Remora chart's all about.
Yeah, we're going to try to prevent that for sure. But I mean, it's stressful because you want to time the top, and you're not going to get the top perfectly. But if we can get the closest to the top
Daniel will.
possible,
Daniel
will. Groundhog. That's a win, man. If we can get close to the top, that's a win. So, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. If it's your first cycle, you're not going to expect what's to come. We've been through it. We know what's coming. And so that allows us to prepare you guys for what's to come too. But it's tough because you're not going to listen to people. You're literally going to say, your mindset is, I'm going to sell it when it's 10x. You're going to be like, holy shit, it just went up 5x. Like, it went up 5x that fast, dude. I'm not selling. It's probably going to do another 5x. And instead it drops, 50%. And then you don't expect it. You got people telling you to sell and you're like, this dude's an idiot, bro. Like, we haven't even hit $1 million yet. Dude, it's tough. It can be stressful.
Oh, and all the influencers that are come on YouTube and tell you they're going to come out of the friggin' woodworks and everybody's going to be a crypto guy. All of a sudden, there's going to be 1 million jackholes telling you what to do. That's why you got to find your people in the bear market. You got to find your influencers or your content creators. You got to find the real ones. And by the way, hit like if you guys are in here, please. We got about 9 likes on the video. Let's try to get it to 20 at least. Let's pump it up. I know there's not a ton of people on stream right now, which is not a bad thing because that means people are sleeping on Bitcoin still.
And it's the night before 4th of July, man. People are partying, bro. Well, you're here. You see, the traffic is insane out this way, dude.
Super cycle, Holmes. You nailed it on the head. Everybody's going to say this is the super cycle. The cycle that will never end.
Right. Extended cycle theory, super cycle.
Yeah. Don't sell now. When everyone's screaming, don't sell now and buy more and buy more, that's when you need to be like, all right, shit, it's about that time.
Yeah.
Look for the Hollywood actors to start shilling everything, too. That was a good top signal last time. Remember that shit? All the Hollywood actors were coming out and claiming it. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a top signal.
Oh, yeah. This is from Rec Capital. This is just kind of breaking down the cycles and showing you guys what we're talking about. It's pretty much very similar to our chart, just not as many indicators. And that's why I like Rec Capital, man. He'll throw these charts together and they look nice and clean. Unlike mine, I got shit all over the place. But, yeah, I mean, it's just showing you, man, we're at the lower part of this green. And just the top of that green is, I want to say it's like 200,000 is the top of that green. So just because the green's there, he's just breaking it down by how much we lose, how much gains we lose for each parabolic move. So, man, we are in that phase, guys. Locked up in. I can hear you.
Well, I got the guy I played with in the country awards show. He's commenting on the NFT thing. I'm just going to give him a comment real quick because he said NFT. What's an NFT? He's a musician. I'm trying to explain to him what an NFT is. So I'm just like, look, man, look into it. I think you'll like it. If you're wanting any help, just call me. I'll help you get it set up.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Yes, Coinbase will be the #1 downloaded app in the App Store. That is for damn sure. Another thing, man, that I couldn't find a post on.
Oh, Holmes is right. Sorry to interrupt, Wes. Holmes is Coinbase will be the #1 downloaded app in the stores. Damn right.
That's how I know you're not listening. That's how I know you're ignoring me.
Oh, no, I wasn't ignoring you. I was just typing. Did you literally just say that? I'm sorry. That's because I was typing. Oh, my bad. All right.
Sorry, man. They got to hear it twice, dude.
Yeah, well, reinforce.
Crypto and housing market. The U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency now allows Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to consider crypto holdings assets for mortgage applications.
No, isn't that special?
That's pretty big, man.
Yeah, because everybody's except, you know what pisses me off? They shun it forever. And then now that it's, now that the green lights, now you can pay for your house with it. Like, it's like, no, it's okay. Yeah. Before it was a scam. Remember Gensler? Just 2 years ago, creepy Uncle Gensler telling us it's a scam and all that crap. Remember all that? Now you can mortgage your freaking house with it. Come on, man.
Look, we're headed in that direction, man. Like
idiots.
This is the final. Remember when we were talking about the perfect storm? The perfect storm, dude.
I remember that.
We get the halving, we get the rate cuts. It was so much more. There was like 4 or 5 things where we're like, yeah, dude, that's gonna send it. It was having rate cuts, ETF, and then there was one other thing I can't remember what the hell it was. And something to look back on is the fact that we've only gotten a couple of those. We've got the ETF. That sent us from 50 to 100,000. We have the halving. That's just now starting to take effect. That supply decrease is really starting to take effect now. It's usually a year later. And it's been about a year, dude, since the halving. So we've got that coming. And we still haven't got rate cuts, dude. Rate cuts. And Jerome Powell saying that for a July rate cut, unemployment numbers need to not go up. And inflation needs to stay steady. And we've gotten both, dude. Unemployment numbers are looking good. Inflation is looking good. We could get a cut, man. We could get a cut this month, dude.
Yeah, Holmes says we have tax cuts right now. So that's another good thing.
You put that in, we get our tax cuts. No tax on service. What is it? Tips. Like people don't get taxed on their tips. That's huge, especially in an area like this. And there is and no tax on overtime, dude. No tax on overtime. Yep, we got the deals that are in place with the tariffs. And he was wanting a 1% rate cut. He was demanding Powell to do a 1% rate cut. Oh, yeah.
He was wanting to fire him. He was telling him he's going to replace him.
Dude, he wants this. He knows what this is. He is very well informed when it comes to crypto. Him and like everybody, all the big money is very well informed. They understand how it works. They want this money to increase so we can go on with this market, dude. So we can have our bull run, our 2025 bull run. And I think that right now is the first sign with this bill being passed.
Well, here's the other thing, too, that we did not have the last ones. A protected, I hate using this term, but safe space. It's such a whiny term, but we have a protection away from Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, we don't have these jackholes that got flushed out last time. That's not to say that we're not going to have new jackholes, because I'm sure we will. But
we will.
All the damage that was done by Gensler has already been reversed. Like, in other words, 6 months ago, Robinhood said, "Okay, we'll put Solana back on our platform." Like, when that happened, I was like, holy shit, do you guys see what just happened? Do you know how big of a deal that was, that Robinhood just basically undid everything creepy Uncle Gensler did? That is the green light right there. The green light, it was set up 6 months ago, you guys. We just haven't seen it reflect in price yet. But the green light already happened. Like, we already reversed all the bad stuff that happened. Sam Bankman's gone. FTX is gone, right? You've got pudgy penguins in freaking Walmart, and they're already on Robinhood, and nobody's talking about Bitcoin yet. This stuff is happening while there's no eyes on it.
Retail is not.
Retail's
is
not
so
even
uninformed, dude.
It's coming though, man. We're set up so beautifully is what the point is. We're set up beautifully.
Yeah, pro crypto SEC 100%. I mean, look at everything that's in the works right now. But back to what you were saying about we will have another Sam Bankman-Fried. Did you see who was it? Somebody started, Peter Thiel or whatever, started.
That's the other partner of PayPal, wasn't it? Wasn't he?
No, SVB. When SVB and all the banks started going under.
Oh, yeah.
SVB was like the main backing. That was kind of like the first domino.
Yeah.
For the banks and stuff was SVB, and apparently nobody's taken its place since then. So now we have Peter Thiel and a couple of his homies creating something similar. And yeah, we will have those guys, man. We will.
Well, I also think, as much as we all love MicroStrategy and we all love the fact that Michael Saylor is a straight G when it comes to Bitcoin. Look, all these financial products that are coming out of like exposure to Bitcoin but aren't real Bitcoin, when that shit flushes, oh my God, you're gonna wish that you were holding the real Bitcoin instead of those products. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm an advocate full on. I'm not against the ETFs, because if people want exposure and they want to go the boomer route, do it. But I am a custody kind of guy. Like, you need to custody your shit. Like, you need to have your hands on your own crypto, or at least you need to know how to do it. And so that MicroStrategy stuff, I know it's good for what he's doing but I think a lot of people are going to buy these ETFs, and inexperienced people are going to get wrecked, because the price of Bitcoin is going to go down after it goes up, and they're not going to be ready, and they're going to lose cash dollars.
Yeah.
And when they could have just been dollar cost averaging and just buying actual Bitcoin and holding it. So,
yeah. All right, guys, y'all ready to get to the good stuff? Let's look at some market caps here. Tell us what we got, brother.
Yeah, let's I believe I can do this on this tab without it getting crazy.
I got you over here. I'll control it on this side.
All right. Okay, so I got it. Can you do I need to share screen first, all right?
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah, you share your screen, and I'll get it.
I got it. We're good to go. Boom. Okay, so I'm just going to scan real quick. 109.25. Let me just look at 8.60 cents. Hyperliquid just refuses to go down.
Yes, dude.
Like your ex-wife. That's call it the ex-wife. Let's see here. Monero. I'm just going to scroll real quick. I'm not seeing too much craziness. Yeah, we'll dive right in, because Crypto Holmes was wanting that 3.4, dude. I said this weeks ago, if you guys were watching. I said that Total Global was not looking scary at all. I said, as a matter of fact, it looked healthier than I think I've ever seen it. We held above 3.2 for a long time, and we just remember I said we were going to kind of get that bounce. I mean, look at that. We didn't even go down to 3.2, you guys. Look at that bounce. Boom. Okay, back up to 3.4, and we're headed up strong towards 3.5. That's exactly what I thought we were going to do, and we are doing it, you guys. This looks so good to me, because this sideways action that we've had since June 23rd, you know, you had a little bit of a run here. It kind of went up to 3.4. You corrected down to 3.3. You've gone up to 3.46. This was the fall we were worried about, but we were watching this like a hawk, and we said if it goes down to 3.2, which is right here, back here in June 22, I said that even if we went to 3.2, I was expecting a bounce. Well, guys, we never even went down to 3.2. Look where we went. We went down to 3.3 and had now we're having a massive run towards 3.5. So the question is, this is the next resistance, you guys, 3.597, which is basically 3.6. So 3.6 trillion. This is my next level of concern. Okay. So you have a small one here at 3.560, but that's, you know, I mean, that in my opinion is not going to stop us. I think we come up here, dude. I think we head to 3.6. I think we're strong enough, and we've gone sideways long enough that this move to me is very promising, and I think we at least get up here. I think we at least go to 3.6. So that being said, you're asking where I think we're going to go. Total, look at this sideways on the 3 month, you guys. Look at this. This is freaking massive. Okay. 3 month sideways accumulation. This is beautiful. Okay. So now let's go to the max chart. If we're looking at this and we're going to say the breakout target of this run, you know, I can't really see it on here, but this is the cup and the gigantic cup and handle. It's not really going to show me on this chart, unfortunately. But I'm thinking if you took this run here, you know, that's the next immediate run is between 4 and 5 trillion. But if you're taking the actual move, I don't know. My best guess would be this cup and handle here is the telltale sign, cup and handle, boom. You kind of had the breakout. You're having the retest. You're starting to have a retest of the top. I would measure this, this gigantic cup and handle, and I would say from here to here. So that would put us somewhere in the, oh, no, that would put us right there. That would be the top. So that would put us up around 7 trillion. I'm not going to be skeptical at 6 or 7 trillion, but I will be watching it because this is huge. This cup and handle is friggin' huge, dude. So yeah, I mean that's easy up around 6 to 7 trillion for that target breakout. Cycle top, I think if you get to 6 or 7 trillion, you're euphoric, your retail kicks in, and that's what takes you over the top. That's what takes you to that stupid level of say 11, 12, 13 trillion dollars cycle top. So I think anywhere between 7 and 14 trillion is your magic number of where we're going to probably go realistically on this run. Now, that's not to say we couldn't go higher for a short period of time. You know, I'm talking like a week or two. You could see, 17 trillion, oh my God, Pudgy Penguins. You can buy Burger King with Pudgy Penguin coin. When it starts getting that stupid, when it starts getting that crazy, it could go. You could see that parabolic spike up to 17 at the most, man. But I'm not seeing no higher than that, dude. And that's radical. Yeah. That's radical. That's really radical. But look, you saw what they were calling for, dude. Don't underestimate the stupidity of the. You're saying 8 as the very top,
like at very top, 8 trillion.
Well, with 7 is the target breakout for this cup and handle right off the rip. So 7, if you're saying 8, that means only another trillion worth of FOMO will come in after this breakout. Yeah. I think you underestimate the power of FOMO.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I say realistically between 7 and 15 trillion dollars for total global market cap, because once you hit the target of 6.5 trillion, you're going to get all the retards going, well, I guess Bitcoin is good. And they're going to all come in and buy at the same damn time when it's after that breakout. You see what I'm saying? And then that's going to push it. So, yeah, dude, I'm thinking 13, 14 is a good number, but 8 is conservative. I think 8 is safe. I don't think 8's a bad time to take your profit, though. I'm not saying
I think 8 is super safe.
Yeah, 8 is super safe. 8 is super safe to take your profit. But, yeah, that's my target for total global. But let's move on to some TA.
Yeah, you ready?
Let's roll. Waiting on you.
Let's roll, homie.
Got to share screen.
All right, guys. So I'm not going to waste any time here, man. Let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart of Bitcoin. You can see that we just started a new daily candle. Can you see, Siri?
Yeah, you're good. You're rolling.
Okay. Well, you can see that we just started a new daily candle. I am expecting that candle to bring us back down to about 108, which is not far away.
See, you're on my side. Fix that. All right.
So as you can see, guys, you can see we were in this bull flag. We had this, nice move up, very strategic move up, and we've just kind of gone sideways, consolidating and a little bit down. We finally made a new higher low, which is good. And every time we've hit the top of this trend line at the top, so we've hit it 3 times, it's officially a trend. The 4th time we've broken through it, which is mega bullish. We've closed above it, mega bullish. And now you can see that we are coming back for a retest. And I do think that happens. I think that this is going to be probably one of the best trades that you can ask for if it plays out like this. And you want to see a successful retest, right? You don't want to just jump into it because the candle goes there and it touches it. You want to wait for a close and then make sure you have another bullish candle starting to form after that close. So if you're a swing trader and you like to take long-term trades, I think that this is the trade setup for you. Just come back, retest this area of resistance, flipping it into support. We talked about a midline correction happening here, and that's exactly what happened, man. So if you've been watching the channel, we were expecting this correction back down, midline correction. We were calling for the 0.5, but I'll take the 382, not a problem. And then we have this, bullish engulfing candle. Every time we've hit it, we've come up for a retest, but we get rejected and come all the way back down. come up for a retest, reject it, come up. This is the first time that we've actually made a high close above the previous swing high here. So this looks really good to me. And I want to see that come back and get a nice retest. But if you look, that'll give time for the RSI to cool off, right? We're not even really oversold. We're just, slowly coming back up. But I think that would give the RSI to come back down to a more neutral zone, to the 50 mark, but also keep our MACD bullish, right? With the signal line above. So this is my trade, man. This is what I'm going to be looking for. You guys can do whatever you'd like, but if I'm looking at a swing trade, this is what I'm looking at. I do think we could possibly go up a little bit higher, possibly even to this new candle. We come up a little bit higher, but eventually I think either the next day or either by tomorrow or the next day, I do think that we come back to retest this area and flip it into support, and that's when I'm going to be taking my trade.
You're going to wait for the breakout and the retest of going above that previous red candle over there to the left?
Yeah, so if we are looking, this was a good turn on zigzag. It'd probably make it a little easier for us to see. But yeah, if you see the zigzag's really cool. I like using it because it shows you where your major swings are. And as you can see, we've been making lower highs and lower lows. That's a downtrend, but we're coming out of
we're flagging out. We got a beautiful flag.
So you have to look at that, right? So that's a continuation pattern, either way you look at it. And the first thing we want to do is just take out this swing, and we've just done that, right? We've kind of just made a new high from this.
Yeah, dude. I see it, dude.
Broken out of the flag. Yeah, this is, and you can see we're getting rejected from this previous swing. So I do think, a break above. We've already closed above that line. So now just a comeback.
Wait for the pullback,
it, man. Yeah, wait for the pullback.
Wait for the pullback. Isn't this funny how we're lining up for 4th of July at the end of the flag? Yeah. We're right at the end of the flag. It's 4th of July. We have the breakout. We're right at the top of the end of the flag. Like Wes said, we wait for that freaking retrace to confirm that level's good. Enter the long right there, and bam! I mean, that would be a beautiful, beautiful trade. What is that actual level, Wes? If it comes down, what's the actual number?
So
Ish.
I would probably put it between 108. We're like, dude, it's not far away at all. And that's kind of why I would like to see it go up a little bit higher before it retraces. But that level is going to be 108. I would say 108 to 107, something like that, somewhere in that range.
I like that. I like everything about that setup. That does look good. It looks healthy. And like you said, man, we already closed a candle above.
Yeah, we've already closed above.
So that's the thing we were waiting on. We were waiting on that stupid candle. We finally got that. My God. We've been waiting for this for how many months has it been? We've been in this channel for a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's
at least been a while, 3-4 months, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. When did we come up into this range here? May. So sometime in May was when we first came up and got into this area.
So about 2 or 3 months. It just seems like a lot longer.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's simple. I mean, to me, dude, this couldn't be more clear. Like, if we're looking for a swing trade, this is the way to go, man. This is the way to go. We have, we just made a new lower high or higher low. Excuse me. We just made a new higher low, which
it was a reversal was put in on that last dip there.
Yeah, we made our new higher low here. So as long as we don't break below this, the trend is bullish right now. And then our trend continuation level would be back here at the 107 or 108, 107, something like that. So any pullback around these levels, man, is good entry in my opinion. But, we have this trend line here flipping to support, which is also the trend continuation level back here. And that's the daily for you swing traders out here. All right, let's.
Very nice, very nice.
Very, very nice. Let's look at Luxalgo. Lux Algo, man. Lux Algo is mega bullish here. Lux Algo, green candles looking good. We've got a strong buy signal here on the 4-hour. Everything has been confirmed. We've got our trend catcher confirmed, and it's making steps up. We have our smart trail that is also starting to curve up. Looks really good. Targets to the upside. Lux Algo, the top one is 113. So the target to the upside is 113. We are getting a momentum shift here. So again, that is why I'm thinking, you can see if you extend that over, we did a little retest here on the 4-hour. But if you extend that over, you can see that that's the range. That's what we're looking to do, is come back to it and get a retest, but on a daily time frame for the swing traders. So a little momentum shift down here on the oscillator matrix, and we got our red dot showing that the trend could be reversing on the lower time frames, which is good because we want that retest. We want that pullback and get that retest before we put a long in.
So I guess the market makers are just playing with our emotions with this CME gap that we're they're toying with us with this damn CME gap. They're basically saying, look, everybody knows it's down there, but we may not go there until after this bull run, you guys.
Right.
Like, that CME gap might get filled, but it might not get filled for another 6 months, 7 months. Man, that's the thing that's still bothering me that we still have to look at, Wes. Let's just play devil's advocate. Everything looks good. Everything's bullish, blah, blah, blah. If you're looking at the CME gap being down there at 92, what in the hell would be your grounds for saying that could cause anything to go freak? Oh, no, I don't even want to say it. The day before July 4th, the way this world is, I don't even want to say it.
What, dude? You can't.
No, I'm not going to say nothing. I don't want to jinx the shit. I asked a stupid question. Okay, you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Let me rephrase the question. Not what could happen that could make it go down that low. Is there anything we're seeing on this that would make you think that $92,000 is even remotely possible in the next? Because I don't personally see it. I'm asking just to be, I'm just asking because we need to be aware of that CME gap. But I don't see anything on the chart to me. That flag looks a little like, you could have a correction and come down a little. Yeah, but that don't look like nothing crazy to me. The 1 hour don't look bad. The daily don't look bad. What about the weekly? Did we check the weekly?
No, the weekly's good. Just put in the monthly. We just made like a record-breaking candle from what I understand.
And that's a bullish pin bar you got right there. Nothing on these charts makes sense for the market makers to try to take us down to 92 yet. So I don't know, man. Maybe we cruise past this freaking gap, dude.
Yeah,
for a little while.
It's highly likely, man. And yeah, this is a good looking candle. Weekly chart looks good.
Bullish pin bar right there.
Yeah, that's targets for Lux Algo. Look at this, dude. 121 targets for Lux Algo on the weekly. And our flag pattern actually gives us, where did I see it? What's the target on the flag pattern? That is not it. Oh, yeah, it is. Holy shit. Yeah, the flag pattern breakout is 135,000. So that's
what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling for, I want to say 128 to 130 something, and that is probably why, because that flag pattern and just everything that's happening, on the macro side of things, man.
So in other words, you don't, and we talked about this weeks ago, even with the 92K being a CME gap down there, we said this, you guys. We talked about this multiple times. We said, just because the gap's there and just because it gets filled 90% of the time, that does not mean that it happens before the bull run is over. That gap could be the bear market. That could be a bear market price point for the whales. They could be saving that for the bear market.
Yeah, and that would make sense, dude, because most people, psychologically, are going to say, oh, 100K. 100K is the bear market bottom.
Yeah.
Forgetting about that $92,000 gap, dude. So that little wick down to that gap and moving on, I think that has more of a potential of playing out than anything else. I just don't with the tax bill. Sorry, with the bill that just passed, man. and the fact that we're talking about getting rate cuts, like all of that is going to pile on. Trump's super bullish. He wants this bull run to happen. We've seen it, dude. You can see it with his administration. You can see it with his politics and his fiscal policies and what he's just trying to push through, and that was a huge step, dude. Those tax cuts are huge. So
yeah, I'm trying to see the route from here to 92. Like I'm trying to force it, and I just don't see it right now, like how they would possibly move it. Now what is that? The 20? Is that blue line the 20 EMA?
This
that
is the 200,
200.
I believe.
So the 200 is well above 92.
Yeah, on
even
the
the
daily.
200.
Yeah.
So what's the path to the 92K? See,
I just don't see it, man. And then even if we
hold on, you did dip below the 200 back there. Zoom out a little. This is you see those dips below, right? So imagine if the 200 moves over to say 95, and then the candles close slightly below.
Yeah, I mean
that could happen. That could happen to fill the gap.
Just know that the $92,000 gap is there, guys. Like if we sit here and say it'll definitely not happen, it's gonna freaking happen, dude, because that's just how it works. So keep that in mind. But man, this is so strong, dude. This is so strong.
I know the pattern looks good. Everything looks good.
Yeah, and the fact that we just closed above it, I want to get a solid retest of that top of that trend line, man. A solid retest and flip that into support, and then we're good. If we fall back into that, then there's nothing stopping us. We have that 105 level that, let me do this, man. So we've got that 105 level that is back here, which would officially, put in a lower low if we broke below that. And then you would start looking at these lower targets. 100,000 is very solid. And then the bottom back here of this, more trend line, that's at 97. It would probably be, 96, 95,000. So there's a couple of levels, man, pretty solid levels. If we do come back and we fall through and we don't get that as a retest, flip into support, then there's a few levels below us, man. 105, 100K, 97, 98.
97. Yeah. 97's been a level we've been watching for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to say. Worst case scenario, devil's advocate, knowing that the CME gap is there. The only clear path to that would be if we did go up to that yellow top, and God only knows what would cause it or trigger it. But if we did go up to that yellow top and then come down and touch the 200 EMA, based on this chart, the 200 EMA would be around 95,000 to 96-ish.
Yeah, it's going to keep going up.
Right. Well, if it goes up and hits that yellow line and comes down, that would cause it to curve over slightly, which would bring it around 95, 96. And then if you have candles close below it, then you could hit that CME gap. So in perspective, I don't want to hit on the parade. I'm just saying in perspective, you could come all the way down there in theory and still maintain a freaking uptrend because you'd be higher than where we were before back there. You're still in an uptrend and we still haven't lost major stuff. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but I am looking at it. I'm definitely watching it.
Pretty much why do I have all this shit on my charts, man? It's not supposed to be there. I don't know if that just messed me up. But pretty much what we're looking at, and the zigzag does good at pointing it out, is this move, right? We've talked about this before. On the weekly, we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, and then now we're trying to move up into our 5th pattern to take us to our all-time highs. And pretty much, man, we would have to, on a weekly chart, we would have to come down here and break below this and close below this for the overall uptrend to be done, right? And that's a long way away, and I don't think we do that. And that's on the weekly. This is what we really want to look at when it's, are we in a bull run? Are we in a bear, bearish trend or whatever? This weekly chart clearly shows that we're in a bull run, and we have a lot of space, before we fall out of a bull market.
And when you're on this chart, 92,000 doesn't look as scary either.
It does not. It does not.
It doesn't.
Right?
That's the thing, keeping things in perspective, you guys, because even though it sounds scary right now that I even said that the gap is at 92, like I said, when you look at this chart, it's not as scary anymore. You're like, oh, 92 is right there. It's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Even if we did go down there, close the gap, it wouldn't matter. I mean, you'd reset all indicators. Of course, all your news channels would come out of the woodworks and say Bitcoin's dead.
Yeah. But the weekly looks good, man. Bullish engulfing candle from last week, and now another bullish candle for this week. And what else? We were looking at the Fibonacci retracement. A lot of things, point to that $92,000, $93,000 level, because we have the CME gap. We've got the 0.5, 0.618 also sitting around that golden ratio area. So it could happen, man. It could happen. We got a solid support back here. 92, 93,000 as well from the consolidation period back here. So don't think that it can't happen, because it can. It can, but the likeliness of it, I don't see it, man, happening right now.
It does not look like, I mean, with that bullish pin bar, even the breakout is not looking like a double top to me at all. It looks like a strong breakout. It's expanding. I mean, your RSI came down. It looks strong. Everything looks strong as hell, man. It just doesn't look right. As of right now, it doesn't look like we have to worry about it at all. I'm just saying we are going to keep it on our radar just in case, because that's what we do.
For sure.
But right now, it looks healthy. It looks healthy as all get out, man. It really does. This
is our monthly candle here. These are our monthly candles. I mean, look how beautiful that is, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So, yeah, we're just tracking right along, dude. Everything's looking good. Let's double check our chart here. No mountaintops, no green mountaintops.
Not going skiing yet, guys.
Everything's still mega bullish.
This is the custom Crypto Remora chart. For those of you wondering, this is the only place you will find this chart is on this channel. This is the chart that's going to help us with the top signal amongst other indicators. We're going to look at the MVRV and the all those fancy pants indicators that are world famous for calling the tops. I don't even remember all the abbreviations for them right now, but we're going to definitely make sure that we talk about those. But the custom Crypto Remora chart is one that I think is going to serve us very well. Based on the green, snowy mountaintops.
And I don't know if I've called these targets yet, but on the weekly, Lux Algo, mega bullish on the weekly, really strong buy signal here. And that top one's $122,000. $122,000 for that top one. I'm taking that trade. Dude, I'm telling you right now, on the daily, if we come back, I want to see it go a little higher. But if we come back and retest that successfully, dude, I'm going hard. I'm taking that trade.
Yeah, if we go back down to 107, get a bounce, you're saying?
Yeah, but I want to go up a little more. I want to go up a little bit more. But if we don't, it's fine. I do want to go up.
You want to go up to that first green candle all the way back to the left and break that, though.
Yeah. Where did I have that? Okay. Yeah, I had it here. Yeah, I would like to see us come up, retest the previous all-time high from back here, and then get rejected, and then come back down and retest this.
How crazy of a move would it be if the market maker said, screw it, run it up to 122 and then bring it down to the CME gap? What could you imagine? Holy shit. I don't even want to bring that up. That's just insanity.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I don't really have anything else for you.
We do have one other thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
We do have an announcement to make of our special guest next week. I don't know if it's time to do that yet. You got some more time frames you want to look at? You guys in the chat got any coins you want to look at?
Yeah, I can give targets for whatever you guys want to look at. Solana, a lot of people are looking at 160 Solana, waiting for that breakout. You can see it has dipped below its 200 moving average. and struggling to get back above it, dude. Like, but Ethereum was up 6% earlier today. Everything else was 2%. All the big caps 2%, 3%. I'm telling you, and we've said this time and time again, dude. Ethereum is gonna fucking go ape shit, dude. Whales are accumulating. It is on-chain metrics showing whales are accumulating the hell out of Ethereum, and nothing is gonna run without Ethereum running.
First. The Ethereum is the little blockchain that could, buddy. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah,
it is the little train that could, and it's going to rip and melt faces, just like it always does. ETH always seems to be the poster child for a shitty coin. Everyone dogs it for 8 months, and they're like, "Oh, it's dead, and it's not gonna do nothing," and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Go Team ETH, go Team ETH." You know, it's the same story, man. This is repetitive. It just always happens.
Yeah, and dude, look how far down it is. I mean, there's such a huge opportunity in Ethereum right now, dude. At least we've come back up into this range again. That is good to see. Made a lower high, or higher low, excuse me. And yeah, man, it's chugging right along, dude. Chugga. But I don't have anything else, man. That's my trade up for the week, guys. It is the retest of this downtrending level of resistance. Flip it in support and going long and holding on tight.
Try to bring this screen up real quick. See how she acts. You guys, we've got a very special guest, someone that has been a part of a team that we're very fond of, a team that we have been covering since 2021-ish, maybe even sooner. And I tell you, it's a very, very special guest that we're going to be very, very glad to have on. Are we going to drop the bomb on them right now? Should we go ahead?
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I don't know. What do you guys say in the chat? You want to see who we're having on?
Go for it, man. Go for it,
guys. We're gonna drop it on you. Let me share my screen right quick. And yeah. So if you guys are following us, you know that for years we have been extremely bullish on Arbitrum. We've not messed around with Arbitrum. It's in my profile bio since 2021, whatever, 2020, 2021. Since before X was called X, we've been talking about Arbitrum, and we are going to be fortunate enough after his world tour. We're going to have none other than Hunter from Arbitrum has agreed to come on the show, and we are stoked about it because, like I just said, he's been going around doing the world tour. I don't even know how many countries he's just got back from, but he messaged us last week and was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll come on. Let me know." And we set it up. So we've known about it for a while. We're going to make an official video and start shilling it this week to hype you guys up. But we got our StreamYard back. We're super excited for that. All the stuff going on Arbitrum with Robinhood. Wes and I both have been huge fans of Arbitrum and Robinhood, and to see those two coming together is like a freaking dream come true. It's like when you find out two of your best friends meet for the first time and then they get along. You know that feeling? That's how I feel with Arbitrum and Robinhood. It's like I've loved both of those platforms so much, and to see Vlad doing a video on it earlier today, I was like, hell yeah. So Hunter, be fresh. We'll be chilling with the Remora boys next Thursday night, 7:00. You're not going to want to miss that. He's going to give us some inside scoop on Arbitrum everywhere and what exactly is going on. We're going to try to get some juicy details for you about the Robinhood thing. We're going to try to pry and find out as much as we can, get you some alpha on the channel, because that's what we like to bring you every now and then as well. But yeah, dude, super stoked. I've wanted to have him on for quite some time. After we had Andrew on, I wanted to get him on. But yeah, dude, I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. That'll be 7:00 next Thursday, so you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, I'm excited to get the lowdown on Arbitrum, man. That's the only, outside of Hyperliquid now, Arbitrum is the only chain that I use for my trading. And, anything I'm doing DeFi is on Arbitrum. There's Base is okay. Like I play around on Base every now and then, but for the most part, 90%, 85-90% of what I do is always on Arbitrum. And then outside of that is Hyperliquid. But yeah, that'll be super exciting, man. We were trying to get the chief on, the colonel on for the longest time. He finally was able to come on, but he was with Hashflow then. And this is really cool, man, to have somebody from the actual Arbitrum team come on the show, man. That'll be a lot of fun.
And Hunter was in the airdrop official video with Arbitrum. He was in the original airdrop video. So that, goes back to the memories of us getting the airdrop, which was freaking awesome. Just a very cool time in life for both of us with our crypto journey. So I'm very proud that we're going to have him on Off-Chain Labs. I'm stoked. Like I said, I'm going to make a hype video for it. But I agree with you. Hyperliquid is the other one. Arbitrum, we love. We use Solana, we use Robinhood, we use Crypto.com. The only other thing I was going to say, and I have to kind of wrap it up with this before we do our calls. Shout out one more time. I just want to say thank you to Stuff.io. I know I don't want to keep repeating it, but they really, really did. And here it is right here. Vlad Tenev of Robinhood, dude. Look at this.
Yeah.
Real world assets dope. Is freaking great. So I am super stoked, man. This is exciting. Robinhood and Arbitrum working together, dude. It don't get no better than that. But let me go back to Stuff.io one last time. I want to say thank you to them. Well, boomers are getting on AOL in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think we're about to lose you. There you go.
Some of the windows. Right. Yeah, close some of the windows. You got scenes open and windows. It hurts it too. Yeah. So basically, Stuff.io. I want to say thank you to the team. You've brought someone over to Cardano. So
come on the show.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have you guys extend the welcome to you guys to come on if you'd like as well. And we will be making a hype video for Hunter. That's all I got, Wes. Unless you got anything you want to do.
Nah, man, that's all I got, guys. Market's looking good. Everything's great. A lot of stuff happening that is bullish, positive news, man. So let's keep looking ahead.
We skipped out on price targets.
Okay, what's your target?
I don't know. You got to pull your shit back up. No, actually, I do know. I do know because okay, I'm siding up with you. I'm gonna say price target to the upside would be 111. Price side to the downside would be 108, so that we can enter the long. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think by Thursday, I do think that we come up a little bit more before Thursday. In between now and Thursday, I do think that we come up possibly to 112 to only get rejected, come back down, hit 108, 107, and then bounce on that, flip that into support, and then we continue up. So it's kind of hard to say, but I do think that by next Thursday, we'll be up towards 115 and climbing. I think that the news, everything that's happening is just super bullish. And I think this is it, man. We got to kick it off, man, sometime. And what a better time. Like there's not. So,
well, let's go, man. Let's go, guys. You heard the man. Smash likes. If you guys want to pump Bitcoin, you want it to go to 120, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on Crypto Remora. That guarantees Bitcoin to pump.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, man. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Court, we see you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Make sure you are subscribed. Anybody else, make sure you're subscribed. Share, man. It does us a huge favor, and we appreciate you guys. So like, share, follow us on all socials at the Crypto Remora. Follow Siri at Siri Crypto and myself at Crypto MacGyver. Much love, and until next time, peace out.
Oh, hold up. Here's your preview. Here's your preview, and then I'll do the outro. This is a fast-forwarded preview. See, they're fast-forwarding it in the preview, so that you're not going to get to hear it straight up.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope, man. I'm with you, Crypto.
It's nasty,
120 to
nasty
130.
drum and bass, nasty drum and bass. So that was your preview. Let me remove that. You guys, we love you. We'll see you on next Thursday with Hunter. Be fresh from freaking Arbitrum. Let's go, dude. Let's freaking get it, man.
I am with Crypto Homes. I do agree with that. 120K to 130K by the end of July. 100%. What happened?
We hit F the stage.
All right. I'm out. Bye.